Here we go. Live. We live. Well, they're probably watching the ad right now.
Hi, everybody. I'm seeing like an HD icon pop up and disappear. It must go back into potato quality right away. It just
You
goes
are super potato right now. This is like the most potato I've seen you in a while. So I'm hoping it's not my internet.
I'm pretty sure it's mine. Damn it. Hey, welcome to Monday Live. If you are catching this show after it's aired, I'll have some show notes down below in the comments and description, hopefully. You can go ahead and check it there and jump into the different topics that we're talking about this evening. Right now, we are about 15 minutes underway until we start the show officially at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just hang tight a little bit with us and join us in the chat, throw in some questions, say hi, and we'll have a little chat with you guys. All right.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, what is going on? This has like been my first video in like 1,000 months.
What's cooking?
I'll just
I'll tell you what's cooking. That was potato right there over at Danny's.
Yeah, let me know if it's pretty potato on my end.
You know, your internet's not used to you being back on your channel. But like, you know, I don't want to try too hard today. I'm just gonna go potato quality.
Just take it easy today, I think so. Let's see here. Chris Dye is saying, I was one of the first ones here, just did not type anything out. And then Diane is going, the 1% in the building, GFF Matt, the 2% now.
Thank you for the support. Our 2% of people out there watching.
Yes, greatly appreciate it. Let's see. AW305, what's good, Jason and Danny? What's going on, man?
What up?
JP Cassiano checking in from SD. Chris Imamura, thumbs up with the Monday Night Live. This is another last episode again, Jason. Oh my goodness.
It is probably another last episode.
Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not.
We're next week I'll be in Hong Kong, guys, so I probably won't be on the Monday show. For the next
Hong Kong Live. Hong Kong Live.
Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's just try it.
Let's see Hong Kong Live. Here we go.
What time is it in Hong Kong right now? Hey Google, what time is it in Hong Kong right now?
The time in Hong Kong is 10:46 a.m.
10:46. Yeah, I can do it. That's like 11 a.m. over there.
Okay. Did you just set off a bunch of people's stuff right now, Jason?
My bad.
You just set off a bunch of people's AIs.
Let me just start triggering some Alexas out there. Order me an A6400.
David Lopez, what's up, guys? JP Cassiano says he got a chance to play with the A6400 at the Be Alpha event. Awesome. I finally also got a chance to play with it, so I'll share my honest thoughts on the camera today.
Danny's got something to tell you guys.
Oh boy,
he's made it. My boy's made it. He's made it.
Oh my god,
he's part of the whole you meet up out in the Sony Catalina,
popping up in the background of everyone's videos. Like nobody knows who that guy is.
It's like, who's that? Who's that guy right there? Who's that tall guy with a Peak Design backpack? It can't be Danny.
Nobody knows who that
There's
is.
no Altura bag behind his shoulder. That can't be Danny.
Eli says Danny's New Year goal is to stop uploading videos. What a savage. I totally deserve it 100%. Totally deserve it. I'm not even. Mundo the DJ Flex watching from the West Texas. I really want the 6400. Cannot wait until it comes out.
Nice.
David Lopez, who else is getting Kingdom Hearts 3 tonight? It's coming out already tonight?
Tomorrow. Well, I guess you can start playing it tonight. We placed our pre-order last night.
Isn't it just like 12 or 13 years late? Is that right?
I know.
I could have sworn I was in high school when the second one came out. I could be wrong. And
I was in middle school when the first one came out.
Oh my god.
Our children's already playing Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh,
what's going on here?
Claude Creative Studios telling me Danny looking like dial-up. Oh my.
Damn it,
John's
Danny.
John's saying, are you using OBS? I think that's the problem, that I'm using the OBS as a conduit to the live stream, and it's probably causing this lag. But hey, you know what? Since you just joined the stream right now, don't forget to smash that like button on the video. Would greatly appreciate it. And maybe we will see a Hong Kong live episode next week with Jason.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be worse than with the internet quality. Probably worse. Your stream is so bad right now. I'm seeing grid. I am seeing. Are you like?
Is it that bad? Oh,
it's like I'm seeing like a 50 by 50 grid on like one small little screen. I'm to your little, what is it, speed booster that you're using?
I'm only getting 2 bars out of 5. It's horrible.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, Danny.
No, as long as the audio is okay right now, I think we'll be okay. Pop 1348, hi from Belgium, the waffles country. Sounds nice. Delicious. I'm seeing Manny drop a message there. Danny is back. Oh, Manny
Ortiz in the house.
I'm glad I'm back too. It's been a long time. I got worried myself. But it was very hard for me just to set up this live stream, but it finally happened. I don't know how, but I did it. Jason convinced me to.
Danny was just one day from making a I quit video.
Oh, dude, shut up. Don't tell people about that. I was finally gonna throw in the towel. It's finally gonna happen.
So do a camera drop. I'm done. Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm done. I don't need any more cameras. 6400 came out. I'm good.
Exiting YouTube strong with the last APS-C camera.
Florio was saying, hey gang, sending good vibes from Long Island, New York. So who's switching to Olympus? No hate for the Olympus people, man. You guys can love your Olympus cameras. I'm not trying to set up any heat vibe around here. So
Olympus. That's something we'll definitely talk about today. Especially when I have zero clue on what the camera's about. No problem. We'll talk about it. That's how much we love being on the Monday Live.
Yeah. And folks, just letting you know, in about 8 minutes or so, the live show will start. Let's see here. Tops Puhan, watching from Qatar. Michael Simmons, hey from Los Angeles. Mr. Janderson, Sacramento in the house. RDL Jimenez, what's up, guys? Thanks for all your work. Hard work. I'm really learning a lot with you guys.
Danny, we have a super chat donation in case you missed it.
Oh, Chris Imamura kicking us off with 1999, letting us know about having better internet connection. Thank you, Chris.
That's what 1 month with Spectrum.
Oh my goodness, I don't even have
worst plan ever.
I wish I even had that as an option. Oh
There's no Spectrum out there.
No, man, I'm in the boonies, man.
Spectrum. What do you got out there? AT&T?
AT&T's garbage. I mean, AT&T. I don't want to say anything negative on there.
What do you got out there? Pacific Bell?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh no! Oh no! Pacific Bell, guys, help me out here. Who remember Pacific Bell?
David Lopez is saying about the Kingdom Hearts. 14 years late. I was in high school as well when the second game dropped. David and I are close to the same age. Alex Sandoval letting us know this is really bad. This is bad. The stream must be really bad.
We apologize. I mean, Danny apologizes.
Yes, I do.
How
apologize.
do I look? Does it look good on my end?
Yours looks very HD like.
Okay, perfect. Streaming in 4K. I'm just kidding.
Chris Dye is definitely hitting us up with the thumbnail. I mean, the little icons. It's pretty good. Dial up, potato, and French fries. As long as it tastes like French fries, I think we're in good shape. Speaking of French fries, yes, Jason did get to see Potato Jet, and they have merged into one person.
Potato Jet, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Potato Jet here.
Oh, man. That was hilarious. Alex Sandoval says, I'm looking like a single pixel on my screen. Oh, shoot. Let's see here. Oh, there's a B Alpha event in Chicago. Nice. Oh. He's asking, do people bring anything or use all Sony stuff?
I mean, you can bring other stuff if you want. You just get the stink eye. It's not Sony. But feel free to bring your gear. They have some stuff that you can, check out for free. So if you want to like borrow a lens, you can, but you gotta be one of the first ones to line up to make sure you get the gear. I think for the most part, all of the events that we've been to, they provide like a 32 gigabyte, either a Sony G card or a Sony Tough card. So they will provide you a card out there. But again, you might need to be one of the first ones in line to get it.
Nice. But it's great. I'm glad that they're having it at different locations. Yeah. It's always good. Alex asking about. Go ahead.
And Manny will be there at the Chicago Be Alpha event, so make sure you say hi to Manny.
Oh, there you go. Alex Sandoval saying, "Where's my 6400 video?" It's in my Premiere timeline. It's been kind of chopped up. Just got to put it together. Eli's asking, early Q&A, do you convert to DNG in Lightroom or just copy as a standard raw Sony file? Jason, do you convert to DNG? Is that something you do?
That sounds like a lot of work, so probably not.
I heard there was benefits to it, but I don't think it's such a big deal. I think the idea was if you lost your subscription to like Lightroom, right, that it would be an issue. So people converted to DNG. I think that was one particular aspect of it, but I personally don't convert to DNG. Folks, we're going to go. We got about 5 more minutes to go before we start the live. And if you're joining us right now, the viewers wondering where the heck has that one camera guy been, and you want to see some more Monday Live and episodes come back, because I'm feeling somewhat motivated now as of late. So smash that like button, and would greatly appreciate it on the return of the first video in like 10 months on this channel. Oh my.
We already got 2 dislikes. 2 people are mad at you for being down.
I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them at all. It's okay. Let's see. Andrew Pham, people who bring Canon gear will get jump and a beatdown.
That's probably what happened. I didn't see a single Canon camera every time I go out.
I mean, I saw a Nikon. I'm not saying who had the Nikon camera out there, but
someone sinned and brought a Nikon camera to Catalina.
I think there was some Panasonic stuff, but I think they kept it in their bag. I don't want to say who that was.
Oh man. Probably wouldn't be a good time to tell you I had a Fuji in my bag. What?
Oh, Jason. Medium format? Andrew Phams are already expecting do you have an A5100 versus A6000 versus A6300 versus A6500 versus that camera video out? Someday.
I do though.
Oh man. Yeah, watch.
Danny will probably one up me with his 51, 6000, 63, 64, 65 video, because Danny's really good at that stuff.
You got to have 3 you got to have 3 of each camera in the video.
Yeah. I'm going to make a prediction right now. It's going to be a 40-minute long video. Detail description on every single camera. We'll tell you what to buy, what not to buy, what to avoid, what not to avoid.
Oh my goodness, Jason.
And he might do a giveaway. Who knows?
Florio saying, have you heard about Canon SEO or CEO talking about bad times coming for cameras? We'll talk about that a little bit in the show. Whoa, Steve Pritchard dropping $5. Hi, Steve. It's been a while. He said he finally bought the 24 f1.4. Still a newbie, and shot 400 pictures the other night, the Blood Moon night, using my 70-200 f4. Love you guys. Thanks, Steve.
Love you too, Steve. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Alex Dude A is asking, would you like to see a Sony 200-600? Yeah, why not? I don't own any other ones, but I don't see why not. All right. RDL Jimenez is saying you should come to Puerto Rico and try all that new gear here. The light and the colors are amazing, and I would like to share with you my underwater and surfing photography. Cool. Have you been to Puerto Rico? Or was that Cuba? That was Cuba.
That was Cuba. Haven't got a chance to go to Puerto Rico, but we'll love to.
I really did want the Sony 24 1.4.
Me too.
Very interested. And it's very interested in that lens. I like messing around with the Sigma 24 1.4, so the Sony one would be even better as it being lighter.
Yep, Sony won't blow that out of the water, dude. You gotta get it.
It's definitely gonna blow you out with the price. Just saying, Jason.
I mean, I'm thinking about getting one myself too. I'm just like, man, I'm in a different environment. Could use a 24 1.4. Need that buttery 1.4 background.
That blurry background. Gotta make that
Kill
blurry
everything.
background.
Kill all the mess in the back. So I have to keep cleaning my place every time I do a shoot.
It's all about that bokeh. Mike Vapes is in the house.
Nice.
Let's see. Any chance Sigma or Tamra will release a 150 to 600 for Sony E-mount? I think right now, actually, probably Tamra would be more the one likely to do it than Sigma, because Sigma hasn't released a native E-mount zoom lens. I don't think they have. It's all primes they've been doing. Let's see here. Okay, I think the show is gonna start in a second here, and I have no idea where the show notes went. Let me go ahead and find it somewhere. Oh my goodness!
A great start.
Oh. Oh no! All right, there we go. Don't worry, I killed off the other version of me. The other version of me is now dead.
What? What? What's going on?
Oh no, there was another version of a window playing in the background, and I was like worried there for a second there. All right, like, so
man, some Bandersnatch going on.
Well, welcome back to Monday Live. This is actually officially one of my first videos in 2019, actually. So thank you for joining not only myself, but Jason Vong, my co-host in crime for Monday Live. And again, back 2019 on my channel. So Jason, just go and say hi to everybody.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Monday Live, officially on Danny's channel. Potentially be the last Monday Live again. I do apologize. Do apologize ahead of time.
Yeah, things happen. Things happen. So we'll figure that out. So some of the stories were actually, first of all, just letting you know, we always start off by letting you know we are going to have show notes posted down below after the show's over. It might take, some 30 minutes or so to get that all put together, but we would love for you to check that out after, if you're watching it after the fact. And then we're going to start off with hashtag new gear. Let us know anything you recently picked up this week, or maybe you didn't have a chance to post it last week in the comments section down below. Let us know what you recently picked up. And as far as the news topics we're going to cover this evening, let me give you a quick rundown. We'll kind of do a recap of the Alpha 6400. I had a chance to finally get a time to play with it at the Catalina event. Jason as well. I got some more time with it. So we'll share a little bit about what happened there. We'll talk a little bit about some potential rumors for WPPI regarding Sony. Won't be too much there. We'll briefly talk about the new Olympus camera that was announced. And I'll share a little bit about my time using the 70 to 200 2.8 Sport. I haven't had a chance to test it out yet really for shooting sports. I'm going to do that tomorrow, but I'll share a little bit about what I've noticed so far with it as a potential alternate for some of you who don't want to drop $2,600 on the G Master. And then if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about Canon's, I think their CEO or sort was talking about the potential decline in camera sales, dipping 50% in the next 2 years, which has been kind of a growing trend. So we'll take a look at that in this episode of Monday Live. And again, if you haven't had a chance to do so, smash that like button and we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay, so again, hashtag new gear. Jason, kick us off with some hashtag new gear, our gear master.
Yeah, luckily, good thing I had something that I bought today so I can present it on New Gear tonight. Literally just pre-ordered the Mavic Pro 2, had like a bunch of like gift cards and rebate money saved up, and I was just like, you know what, I need a new drone. I've been eyeing the Mavic Pro 2 for a while now, that 1-inch Hasselblad camera sensor. Mainly got it for my trip for Hong Kong next week. I think they're pretty lax with their drone rules from all the travel films that I was watching, and I did some Googling around. They said I think it should be fine to fly drones as long as it's not over people, your standard drone rules. So finally upgrading to the Mavic Pro 2. I'm super stoked for it, super excited for it, and I can't wait to fly it this weekend just to have some test flights in. Haven't flown a drone in a few months now, but super excited for it.
So if Jason is no longer here on the next Monday Live, we all know what has happened. Oh my God, Jason. Be careful out there.
Thrown in jail.
I don't want you to get thrown in jail, Jason. Be really. Just give them the drone. Just give them the drone.
They're dragging me away. It's just a hobby. It's just a hobby, man. I swear.
Just take the drone. Just take the drone.
I wasn't spying on anybody.
So as far as the Mavic Pro 2, the highlighting feature was really just that 1-inch sensor. So it was a slight improvement in low light then, and in terms of just its overall performance.
Yeah. I'm seeing a question from Jimmy Hidalgo right now. He's like, what do I think about the original Mavic Pro in terms of image quality? I mean, when I first got it, I was okay with the original Mavic Pro. I mean, like, I love the fact that it was so incredibly small and tiny, but the image quality was something that bugged me a lot. And every time I shot with it, it was just so mushy, especially when you're flying in a foresty, landscapey, even like in the California dried grass. It just looks really bad. So I'm really excited for this upgrade because of that new sensor, that 1-inch sensor. So yeah.
Nice. And what was the retail for that?
The Mavic Pro 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got the bundle, the Fly More kit, along with the refresh care for like $2,002 off of B&H.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. Again, I had like a lot of rebates and gift cards saved up, so it knocked it down about $500. And I'm going to sell my Mavic Pro original, so hopefully that could give me another 500, recoup another 500.
Okay, cool. Man, I haven't really been buying much. I've been trying not to because I did the pre-order for the Sony a6400. I mentioned that last week. Anyone else did the pre-order for the a6400 right away? Are you guys still on the fence? I'm just curious to know about that. And then I'll talk about this a little bit later, but this 70-200 Sigma sports lens already came in. And again, like I said, I will be doing some sports testing with it tomorrow night. And then I'll kind of wrap up, try to get a general idea of its performance and see if it's worth it. I did do some tests, so we'll talk about it a little bit later, but this is basically what I just got. It's a rental. I didn't go outright and buy it. But considering the price savings over the G Master, it might be worth considering if it does what I'm expecting it to be able to do. So man, anything else, man? I'm really trying not to spend any money. Oh my goodness.
All right, coming up, so he's saving his money for some lenses.
I really want that 24 1.4.
Yeah,
or the 400 2.8. I mean, that's cool too.
Yeah, Danny's halfway there from getting the 400. So keep those super chat donation coming. He might get one by next week.
Stop egging me on. All right, it might happen. Let's see here. Chris Barr saying, thinking about stepping back to the RX10 Mark IV and selling the A7 III. Just to have a long lens for the summer. Interesting. Chris.
What? Chris Barr, SR6 guy. Come on.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Something is coming. He knows something is coming. That's why he's selling A7 III. RX10 Mark V coming soon, guys.
Jason, oh my gosh.
That's what's coming in. He's hinting at SR6.
Is that what we're going to see at WPPI? Is the RX10 Mark 6 or Mark 5? Which one are we on?
Well, I think we're on Mark 5 for the RX10.
We're on the Mark 5. We're going to see touch focus. We're going to see all of these flip up screen
tracking. 24. It's not 24 to 600. It's 24 to 1,000 now.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, maybe they'll go step it up to a micro 4/3 sensor. Who knows? That'd be amazing.
Snaps. Micro 4/3 is not dead.
Oh shoot. Imagine 24 to go to 24 to 200 with a micro 4/3 sensor. That'd be great. In the Sony body. Vincent Vega. Oh my goodness. New gear, dropping money on some Rokinon 24, 35, 50, 85. A Photix Raja Deep 60 and 80 ProMaster Unplugged LED 500D mono LED because it's Bowens mount and battery operated. Very nice.
Dang, it's Vega.
And Eli,
you're not treating you too well.
And Eli Infante, guy just picked up the Sigma 135 f1.8. He's definitely gonna love that for his portrait work. Yeah, man. And we
got another super chat donation, I think.
Oh, here we go.
Steve Richard. How many photos?
Steve.
How many photos did each of you guys take in the last week? Oh man, I honestly didn't take that much photos.
Last week, how many photos did I take? What has happened last week? Which is the event, right?
Yeah, but I didn't take any photos at that event. I took
videos. It was video for me. I think I might have got like, I don't know, 50 pictures of a seagull flying that everybody else got.
We gotta talk about Catalina later. That freaking
yeah. Dude. I mean, the time prior to that, when I was shooting sports, I ran up to about 5,000 frames, Steve. I mean, it just depends, man. Yeah, I go pretty crazy sometimes when I'm shooting just because I can. I don't recommend it. It's just the A9 just has 20 frames per second. I'm just saying. All right, moving on.
It just makes spray and pray too easy.
Sometimes I don't have a chance to get another shot another time, so I'm just like, I got to take care of business. All right.
We got Matt Gray, hashtag new gear, also rocking on 35 1.4 and a 135 2.2. What's up with everybody getting rocking on lenses?
Something's up, man. There must have been a sale that I don't know about.
Was there a sale? Let us know. Let us know.
Sean Fleming finally upgraded from the 28 to 70 kit lens to the 24 to 70 f4. I missed those 4mm.
Sean, not the Tamron.
The Tamron. Oh my god. Damn, Sean, I'm sure you considered it though. I'm sure it was in you must have got a good deal on the 2470.
It's not too late. Just return it. Get the 20 to 75 2.8. I'm telling you. People on Facebook are going crazy about it. Literally crazy about it.
New gear. Chris Dye, a Removu K1, not a Sony, but does have a Sony sensor. Got a video gimbal camera, so I can start doing videography. It shoots 4K. Have you heard of that, Jason? I haven't heard of that.
I heard of the brand, but I didn't get a chance to actually look at it.
Is it like those little DJI Osmo deals? I think that's kind of what it is. That's my guess.
Something like that. I don't really remember.
All right, Tyson. Go for it, Jason.
Brand, hashtag new gear, Sony a7 III. Very nice. We've got David Lopez with a Peak Design 20L backpack in black.
Oh my goodness, that's very nice. Alex, you're asking a question, man. Oh man, I would avoid the 24 to 240. I'm just gonna throw that out there real quick for you, man. Actually, I would avoid both. All right, moving on. The Tech Vault new gear, Sony G Master 85 1.4. People are still picking that baby up.
Let's see here. Got a couple questions from the Mavic. Will I be getting the smart controller with the screen? Probably, but probably not anytime soon. David Lopez, again, hashtag with the new gear. A Logitech Craft keyboard, so good.
SPDTDL, long time, my friend. He says, my rule, no 4K 60p, not buying it. That's really good, man. That's a good way to look at it.
Where you been, Steve? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, man.
Yeah. Actually, it's probably me. Just I haven't been around. David Lopez, new gear, Logitech Craft keyboard. So good. Let's see here. Dion Chapman posted a link about drone laws in Hong Kong. He's looking out for Jason. I
appreciate that.
I think very concerned about that.
I just go ahead and fly blind. It's all good. No 3 batteries enough, Jason. Don't worry. By Fathom Rocker. Thank you.
JK4K pre-ordered the Alpha 6400 as well. I hope we're all making the right. I hope we're all making the right decision. You know what's really funny? We're getting close to WPPI, and then they announced the Sony a7000 at WPPI. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh, that would hurt so much.
Oh, imagine it's the update to the 6500 flip out screen, better features. Oh my,
that would suck.
They're like it doesn't. Oh my goodness, what if that's what they're planning? Sony, don't do that to us.
I really don't think they're gonna do that. That's
let's talk. We have a little discussion on that part, so we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Jumping ahead of ourselves.
Let's see.
Hashtag new gear by Jim Penn. Tamron 2075 for Sony and some new high-tech wool socks.
That's right, Jim. That's right. When it gets cold, man, you need some good socks.
Yeah.
I think there was one time it was so cold I had to shoot soccer out it. When it gets really cold, I wore 2 socks. I just put 2 socks on each foot. It was so cold. It helped though. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Steve, I appreciate you dropping the $50, and it's Jason answering this.
Oh man, that's a lot of people. I have a few friends that still enjoy the Mavic Air a lot. That would probably be the cheap but the best one that you can get. The unfortunate thing is, I think the connectivity is via Wi-Fi instead of radio. If I'm not getting this wrong, the best one to get, the absolute best one right now to get is the Mavic Pro 2, in my opinion. But I have friends that are still raving about the Mavic Air. So if you're looking for the best cheap drone, it's probably going to be the Mavic Air.
Because the Mavic Pro 2, Jason, they're the other one, right? There's another version, and that one.
There's a zoom as well, yeah.
Yeah, that one gives you that zoom capability. And why'd you end up choosing? Was it just because the low light performance between the two?
Not really the low light, but just for that 1-inch sensor image quality. I mean, the zoom thing is it's. I don't want to say it's a gimmick, but to me, it kind of is. So I didn't go for it because I didn't want to do the zoom. But I think I was watching some reviews that it is possible to get like a zoom crop like view for the Mavic Pro 2. I think it's from Craig Adams' review. So you can still sort of get like a zooming effect, not a zoom effect, but a cropping effect with the Mavic Pro 2 itself.
I'm just curious if anybody on the chat, are you guys still shooting with drones right now? Or if some of you had drones, and you kind of slowed down on it because of restrictions that have been going on with drones? Just wondering. True. It's getting tougher just to fly things out. You got to have all these things in check beforehand. Jim Penn. Oh yeah, we talked that one already. Casper dropping some really funny stuff here. Says A9 is going to be the best camera of 2019. There's some truth to that. There's some possibilities that could be the case.
So I heard, I think it was from Brian Smith, briansmith.com. He's saying there's some potential rebates and sales happening on February the 3rd for Sony stuff. So maybe they're bringing back the A9 for $1,000 less. Might be a good time to hop on it.
I wish they would do it though with the firmware though, Yeah. So you have that.
Get it now, and then update later.
Yeah, it's some crazy voodoo stuff they're doing. If they just drop the 4K 60p, that'd be great too. Just letting Sony know. All right, Jean-Louis Imperial, grabbing an RX 578 gigabyte to revive my 2009 PC. Very nice. Are you going to start mining, Jean-Louis Imperial? Whatever the value is nowadays. Everything's Wet Sue 76. You can book the trip to Mexico for February. Very nice. Let's
see.
PhotoMia Elgato 4K USB streaming card. Okay, stepping it up. That's awesome.
Nice.
Glow Lock 25-inch beauty dish. And Joby 5K Gorilla Pod. Did I say that right? This is Arca Swiss Ballhead and you live stream Who This.
All right. We can finally invite PhotoMia to the live show again. Fine.
I have like a 4K capture card. I can't even stream in 1080p. It's not even, I can't even stream in 480p. Like,
it doesn't even matter, PhotoMia.
It doesn't
4K. You can't even bring that 4K into Danny's stream. It's just gonna get destroyed. 144p is what's going to be happening on Danny's Monday live stream.
Let's see here. Do you guys think it's only release? We're going to answer that. Talk about that later. Michael be there. Oh yeah, while we're at that, Jason, you want to mention a little bit about the epic photo shoot going on again in 2019?
Right. So if you guys are going to WPPI, our good friend, Mr. Robert Swap, is throwing an epic photo shoot 2019. It's going to be a ton of models out there, ton of photographers out there. So come out, hang out with me and Danny, possibly Manny Ortiz. I saw him on the guest list. Keedron as well is going to be out there. Going to be a lot of portrait funds. Hang out with us. If you didn't get a chance to catch our little recap video from WPPI last year, you'll see a glimpse of me and Danny shooting with the 24-105 and the Zeiss 135 f2.8. We had a really good time out there. Got a lot of good stuff for the YouTube channel, and I'm sure you guys will get a lot of good stuff for your portfolio as well.
Yeah, it's going to be February 26th. I think that's a Tuesday.
February 20th. It's out in Vegas, out at the Nelson's Ghost Town, I believe. And Danny, did you send the link out yet?
There's a link down in the description below, but you can just drop a link down. I think that's to the Facebook event, so they can check it out there.
Very nice.
All right.
So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Yeah. All right. Did you catch anything else there, Jason, before we get started on here?
I think we're ready to go.
Oh, man. I'm just trying to kill some time because this show's going to be a little... We're just trying to fill in the gaps. Okay, here we go. So last week, Jason, myself, and a bunch of other YouTubers, content creators got a chance to head out. Sony brought them down to try out the Sony a6400 and try it out, use it for some time. Jason, how else would we frame that?
Was that? What'd you say? You potatoed out a little for a bit.
Oh, that's not good. What did you not hear? Did you not hear anything I said?
I did not hear anything you said.
So last week, Wednesday, we had this event that Sony invited some content creators on YouTube and folks from different perspectives, like vloggers, travel vloggers, tech channels. I got invited somehow. I don't know how that happened, but I ended up being there.
Danny was there, my boy, dude.
I have no idea.
That was the most amazing thing. It's like Danny texted me. He was like, "I'm gonna be at this thing, man." I'm like, "What?"
I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of olive branch happened, but I ended up at this event. I had no idea.
Getting that sneak peek on this Sony a6400, that one camera guy, getting that exclusive, finally.
So we got a chance to go ahead and try out the camera. Now this is Jason's second time around with it, but it was my first time getting some hands-on with it. You should have seen some videos already from folks who were at the event, and we got to do some activities at Catalina Island. And it just seemed kind of like a big playground with a bunch of adults with cameras, and we kind of just ran around and tried to film stuff with it. I think that's fair enough to say with it, Jason.
Yeah, they got people like Justine out there, Jenna, I was gonna say Farouk from iPhonedo, got Levi Allen out there, Sydney DeYoung's in, Tola Visuals, Craig Adams, Brett Conti. Got some like top level creators out there, and then there's me and Dan.
And then Jason Bong, I mean, of course, and also, Potato Jet, who we saw walk in. And
I met Jason Bong, that is. I'm Potato Jet, but got to meet our Asian brethren out there. It's awesome. A lot of fun.
What was really funny was that I was asking, had Potato Jet known about you prior to it? But what was the case? Did he actually know of you yet prior to that?
I really don't know. I think he did. Probably not. I'm nobody in his realm of world, but that's okay. Got to meet my idol, Mr. Potato Jet.
Oh, it was hilarious. You guys should have been. If you guys were there in person, they like switched name tags and everything. It was pretty hilarious. They should have stuck with it the whole day.
I should have. Dang it. That way, I have a little cameo in his vlog. Oh well.
Yeah. So we got that. We ended up going ziplining. Jason and I, Vivian was also part of that. Sam Sheffer was with us on that.
Sheffer. Big tech guy.
Sam Sheffer was with us. And also, if you know the YouTuber, hey guys, this is Austin. The guy who does the video behind the scenes, Ken, the video guy, he was there with us as well. And I've never gone ziplining before. I've done some of those like going from tree to tree, kind of like high up in the air, going from one obstacle to the next. But I've never done ziplining. Jason, how was your take on it? You seem slightly hesitant on the ziplining. What was your feelings on that?
It's the worst. It was the worst thing ever. So they obviously had activities sort of booked out for us, so we can go dolphin watching, right?
Dolphin watching. Check out the island. You basically take this vehicle that kind of roams around Catalina.
Yeah, safe events. And then we get Tola Visuals, Kitty, and my girlfriend Vivian, and Danny peer pressured me to go ziplining. And guess what? The Tola Visuals didn't even go ziplining. Sydney didn't go ziplining. They bailed last minute because they got cold feet. And there I was.
What a savage.
My life. I'm like up there, and I'm like, why do I have friends that peer pressure me to do things? I should have learned my lesson already with Danny ever since the whole MacBook incident. So I'm up there questioning every life decision I was making. And I stepped off the cliff and just, glided down, screaming. The whole island hurt me. Too afraid to film anything with the A6400 because I was afraid of just dying. But we got some good stuff. I
stuck with it. I was the first obstacle was pretty nerve-wracking at first to get your feet out there. But let us know in the comment in the chat if you've gone ziplining before. But that first initial push out is always challenging, I think.
Yeah.
But
it was nice to be able to, have that little flip up screen and just going down and seeing yourself screaming in front of the.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was pretty tough to do that. I mean, this isn't the 6400, but obviously we had to have it attached to our wrist, the camera and everything. So we're holding it out like this the entire time, and we're trying not to like fall over or whatever, and you lose balance, because that was one of my initial concerns, was losing balance. So it was tough to do this. I kind of wish we had those action cams, Jason, just to kind of mount to the helmet. I think that would have been ideal. You know what I'm saying?
You need the X3000 or something, right? Whatever they're called.
Yeah, they're
with the boss. What does the B stand for again? Boss?
No idea. What are we talking about?
Well, with the Sony's GoPro action camera, they have a thing called something optical steady shot. It's like a B in front of it. I forgot what the B stands for, but apparently it's boss at stabilization. Like if you like shake the heck out of that thing, it still stabilizes your footage really well. So they call it boss. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And since I had the chance to go ahead and use it and lift media, well, I'm going to jump to your question in a little bit here. I do want to say that overall impressions on the 6400, just a quick wrap up on it. I really do like the direction that Sony's going. And I think the autofocusing, we talked about it last week, was sort of the big area of improvement. I mean, the flip up screen's great. I'll say that now. Well, there's some cons to it that most people already know. But the autofocusing revamp on the 6400 was, I think, the highlight of that camera in all components of it.
Right? I mean, Danny, I'm sure you heard, me and a few other people already raved about the autofocus for the 6400. But the fact that you actually got to witness it, I mean,
yeah,
was it drastically different from what you were?
Yeah, definitely the AI tracking, the object tracking, that advanced tracking, being able to actually see it move across the screen when you touch to focus, and seeing it just track the subject back and forth. Now, granted, I didn't get to do enough low light testing with it as much as I would like to. So I don't know everything there, but it looks to be much improved over obviously both the 6300 and 6500 to that. It's even better than even the A7R3 and A7 III. I think we mentioned this last time that people were asking if the A7 III and the A7R3 III were actually going to get this AI tracking. And I think the answer is no.
No.
Right? Unfortunately.
No. Yeah, unfortunately not. They don't use that same processor as the A9 and the A6400, so they're not getting real-time tracking. But that's a shame, because it works so well. And if you watched a lot of the other people's vlog out there, you'll probably see the shot of the pigeon? No, the seagull. Everybody got that shot.
Yeah.
AI real-time tracking. It just works so well. If you follow my Instagram story, I literally show the back of my screen, and that box is just pinpointing on that seagull. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get itching to try it out for sports photography and see how well it kind of stacks up to the A9, since they're kind of matching it up to a degree. But I'm very excited about the potential of that specific camera. So it kind of throws you in the loop. Like, what do you get? 6300 or 6500? There's still advantages to the 6500 with the stabilization, the improved buffer depth on that camera. But now you got a revamped menu. You've got some of the latest features on the 6400. It kind of makes it tough to get them. I don't feel like it's a middle camera anymore, Jason. It feels like a 6600. I don't know if that's kind of with minus.
Yeah, if we're looking at the improved specs, I really feel like a lot of it does outperform the A6500 in so many different aspects. Obviously the 6500 has the IBIS, and that's probably the only real thing it's got going for it. Aside from that, the A6400 is a massive upgrade.
Yeah. And then I would say like we said, the Animal AF will come in soon with the particular camera. So it does suck that the other ones won't get the AI stuff. I just find it really strange. I'm not trying to come up with any odd thoughts on it. I know they're trying to separate their segments of their products, but I don't know. I would say I think those other ones should have been able to get the AI tracking, but they're saying it can't do it. So it looks like only the A9 and the A6400 currently have that ability. So
I mean, it's only the real-time tracking. You're still getting the real-time eye autofocus. You're still getting animal eye AF. It's just one out of the three brand new autofocusing feature is not coming to the A7R3 or the A7 III. So that is a true shame.
The most important one, they're not going to get. Are they going to get the ability to jump the eyes like the other one? Are they going to get that feature?
I think so. I think you still have the ability to, change which eye. But aside from that, the real-time tracking apparently takes up a lot of processing power.
Okay. It still drained battery when I was using it. I had to swap the battery twice, but I was recording a lot of 4K video. But battery life is still so. You're gonna definitely still need spare batteries. That's one thing about it. The one thing I do want to mention, I'm not really trying to ding the camera, but I did want to bring some perspective to it. I don't know if it was you or it was somebody else that mentioned it, that the reason why Sony didn't actually put a fully articulating screen like this onto the camera was because of the size. Was that kind of, I don't know if that was you or was that somebody else? I don't remember, but
that wasn't me.
But I think the discussion was the reason why they didn't do it was that they didn't want to make the camera too bulky. So here's the problem that I had with the camera in terms of its case usage. So if you just imagine that this is the A54, the A6400, they have, they're trying to come up with a solution, because when you have the 6400 mounted, I think everyone kind of knows this already, you have to mount it on the top of the camera and the microphone gets in the way of your view. And then all of a sudden you have to get this particular bracket in order to mount. This is not the actual bracket, obviously, that they were using, but the point is that you have to have the camera plus a bracket to get the microphone and everything set up. So versus just having a slightly bigger camera and then just mounting the microphone to the top of the camera and then having it flip to the side and being able to use the camera, it's just one, you just ended up making the camera setup bulky. So I know some folks that were out there were using that whole setup and it felt kind of bulky. That was just my thought on it, Jason. But I will say, I'm sure we'll see some solutions lately with things like small rig, for example, using a cage to offset the location of the microphone. But it just adds a little to the bulk of the camera eventually if you want to get better audio. So that's just my 2 cents on that, Jason. Just wanted to say that.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty, right.
Let's see what people got to say. Oh, I did want to respond to that super chat from Lift Media. I don't want to forget that. Lift Media is asking, should you get the Sigma 70-200 versus the Sony 70-200? We do have that. We'll talk a little bit more about that very soon. We just got to jump through another few topics and we'll get to it. But I haven't done enough testing yet to warrant whether you should get one or the other. But I will try and get a video out going over that specific topic. Left Media. Okay.
Japan, hashtag Asian Brethren, new rock band. You know it. Let's see here. Vincent Vega coming in with an update. Boss, the B stands for balanced. So it's balanced optical steady shot.
Oh, I appreciate that update. That's pretty good. Thanks, Vincent, getting that info for us.
Pop1348, hashtag A6400 joke, hashtag no lens for APS-C. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a bit. Fathom Rocker, LOL. Sounds like there was only one seagull in all of Catalina. Seagull, so.
Normally, I would see multiple seagulls flying. I think we needed to throw some food out over to see more come around, but it was just one.
Yeah, you should throw your A6400 and see what happened.
Flop. It almost. Do you remember? I had it set up with the 100 to 400 just chilling over there.
So Danny was trying to take. I don't know why he was trying to take an Instagram photo of some sort with the
maybe
100 to 400. on the A6400, and he tried to take it with his cell phone, and the ship was just rocking back and forth, and my eyes just pulsing, just watching that setup. Could potentially just fall off the ship. Who knows? Damn.
I mean, I've had some pretty good luck. I mean, RX100
wasn't his camera.
The Zeiss 55. It was my lens though. That wasn't Sony's lens. That thing would have just been destroyed.
Wow.
All right. Let's see what else here.
Matt Gray says, hoping Sony unlocks the record limit via firmware for the A7 III. Yeah, me too. I'm hoping for that too.
Yeah. Even with the overheating potential, just if unlocking and giving people that option would be interesting. What is Michael Mistro said? Sony's going to make you buy an A9 after they finish that camera. That camera will 120 FPS 4K video at 60 FPS. It's still.
Oh man!
Imagine they just keep updating it, but I mean
that'd be the dream. That'd be the dream.
That would be the dream.
Luke says, I feel like the 6400 is a good price segment. The APS-C line next one will be $1,500 with some sick specs like the XT3.
I know we're jumping the gun here, but Michael Mistro is asking about that new Sennheiser mic. I don't know if you saw it, Jason. It's a little small wireless mic that Max Yuria did a video on.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to check it out, but
it's pretty small. The first thing that came up in my mind was a 6400 because of the small mic on there, so it might be worth considering. It's just the battery life might be a problem. You have to be cautious of it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump on to the next thing here, which is some potential rumors at WPPI. Last year at WPPI, that's when Jason and I did the infamous Sony a7 III live stream when they announced the camera. That was some good times.
Let's just hope they announce another camera so we can be back at Luxor with our little sliding camera motion that got everyone seasick on the live show.
We'll just get somebody to move the camera back and forth. But yeah, A7 III was launched last year at WPPI. So the question is, are we expecting any lenses? Potentially, Jason, I wouldn't expect an A7S III. What do you think at this particular event? If there was any a chance of it happening?
I don't know. I'm still thinking any new cameras would probably be at NAB, not at WPPI.
Right.
I mean, like Danny was saying, they did announce the A7 III last year, so there could be some sort of potential. But
yeah,
I'm thinking maybe lenses, because the year before that, they announced the 85 1.4 G Master, right? Was it the 85 1.4 G Master?
Wait, no, last year?
The year before last year, they did like an 85 1.8 and the 100 STF G Master. So I'm gonna say they're gonna have some lenses out for WPPI. That's just my guess.
I hope so, and like we're saying, A7S III probably later, maybe NAB or something like that. Who knows? There are the rumors about the Panasonic being announced soon, the SR1 series, their SR cameras very soon. I think at the end of this month. But there is a rumor about a Sony 135 f1.8 G Master. That be a spicy lens. I'm just curious to see what the sizing will be compared to the Sigma one.
I wouldn't be surprised. I want to compare it to the Zeiss one. I'll bring that. Danny, you bring the 1.8, the Sigma, and we'll do a shootout.
Oh, dang it. Lift Media just dropped some more. $19.99 is asking APS-C G Master lenses. That is a very interesting thought, Lift Media. I
don't think so.
I don't think so either, unless we start seeing like this. Wait, has there ever been an APS-C Pro line from any of the other manufacturers like Canon, Nikon? Anybody in chat? I don't think there's ever been. It's either been Red Ring for the Canon, and they were full frame. Yeah. So I think they're really setting up that G Master line for full frame only. That's just a prediction there.
For at least, I think the highest that the APS-C would go is the G line, which is 10105. So maybe we're expect like something like G somewhere in that realm of things.
Yeah. Rycrat dropping $10. Do you think they'll bring out an APS-C lens? Glad Sigma's making really awesome glass for APS-C. I hope so too. I think it'd be a nice pairing considering that the camera will be out around this time frame, very close to it during WPPI's time frame. I'm sure they'll have some copies out there for people to try out, but it'd be nice if a lens came out around that same time frame. I don't know. That'd be just a happy coincidence.
Yeah,
the way I see it.
A zoom lens, I would 16 to 50 f2.8 APS-C. Come on.
Are people going to want a chunky lens? I don't really mind. I just don't know about everybody else, but I mean, it's going to be slightly bigger lens, I would imagine.
Yeah, true that. 16 to 50 2.8 OSS.
But it is rumored for APS-C lenses right now. Again, I think it'll be great. Sigma released the 55 in 2018, right? So we what's it, the 56 1.4?
56 1.4 last year, yeah.
Right. So they've been on the ball with a new APS-C lens every year. So, and if anything, we'd probably see Sigma before Sony, unfortunately. Hopefully Sony works something out.
I don't know, Danny. I felt the 56 was their last thing.
Oh, I hope not. Maybe they got something up their sleeve.
They teased it. They teased the 56, the short telephoto prime when the 16mm came out. At least that's what they told me when I was first checking out the 16mm. But then they didn't really say anything after that for the 56 when it was announced. So my guess is that was probably the last lens for a while. Who knows?
I mean, honestly, what other lens would you want as a prime after that? Would you, as an APS-C? I mean, there's already an 85.
Like a
Sony.
12, maybe, you know.
A 12mm.
A 12mm.
Wow.
I'm getting the 9mm from Laowa for testing. I'm interested to see what that would look like. Probably a 12.
Okay. Interesting. There's also some slight possibilities of a new high-end APS-C camera, but considering my opinion, considering that they just announced the 6400, I doubt we would see another APS-C camera announced at WPPI. Yeah. It's just I think it would just kind of confuse people at that point. I don't see it happening. I would more likely see lenses than a camera body at WPPI this year. That's my guess.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Knight Rider saying 16 to 50 f1.8 OSS or go home. Oh my goodness.
Might as well not even show up to WPPI, Danny.
What's up?
Don't need to even go home. Stay at home.
Oh my goodness.
That's not happening. 1.8. That's like Sigma 18 to 35 level right there. So that thing's gonna be massive.
Pop 1348 is asking for a 16 to 50 f4. I mean, we have a 16 to 70 f4 already. Is there anything wrong with that one? Maybe as an updated kit lens, that'd be cool. And Lift Media dropping another $10, $9.99. It's asking, do you think Sony will make a 200 f2?
Probably.
I don't. If it's anything, I don't think it's on the radar anytime soon. I mean, I wouldn't doubt something like that is feasible, but I don't even think they have one for their Alpha line potentially. So I don't know. I don't know. Lift Media. It's probably out there. Something later on you'll probably see. Steve Pritchard dropping $20, asking your best 3 lenses for the A7R3. Make them affordable, please, guys.
85.8. Tamron 8 to 75, 2.8.
Yes. If you need a 70 to 200, the F4 is okay.
Yeah.
If you're looking for one. If you're trying to, save some money there. Yeah. Prime lens, we got the 85, 28 to 75 covers a good range already. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, folks. We're going to go quickly just run through this Olympus camera because it was announced recently and I needed something to talk about. So If you did not know, Olympus announced a new Micro Four Thirds camera. It's pretty much kind of their full body camera. It has a built-in battery grip. Obviously, you can shoot vertical or in portrait on there. As far as the only thing that really piqued my interest when I was watching some reviews was its ability to do handheld stabilized shots. And I think they're using both camera, some technology processing power in order to get handheld low shutter speed shots. I think you can do this handheld mode where you take a photo and you can get that really smooth water effect if you're taking a photo of like a lake or a river, and get that smooth water motion in there, and doing it all handheld.
That's crazy.
It is. I think they're able to emulate like ND32, I think, almost through software, I think is the thing. At first, Jason, when I was watching, I think was Camera Store. No, they're not the Camera Store TV anymore. They're DP Review. At first, when Chris Nichols was going through, I thought, oh my God, they have an electronic ND filter in this camera, or they got some crazy stabilization on there, because I know Jordan Drake was holding it. He was kind of just going through and holding the camera, and it looked okay. I mean, I'm just curious to see what his thoughts are on it for video, but I thought it was very interesting, and in the hopes of seeing something like that. But it doesn't look like it's like an actual ND. It looks like it's being done through software. So
it's not. So this would just probably be like you take a photo after the fact. It would process it to make it look like an ND filter was used, right? Not actually.
From what I understand, I think it's taking like 8 photos or something, like 8 or 16 photos, and it's blending it together to create that water effect.
So you don't actually see like the ND filter before you take the photo. It's just, again, it's just a processing after the fact.
I think it gives you a preview, actually. I think it gives you a preview of what it looks like.
That's pretty cool.
What it will look like. So I think it's interesting, this whole AI deal and using processing and all that stuff to kind of get into results. I think that's pretty cool. You can also do handheld 50 megapixel stills with it. You can do it handheld, and then it can take a high resolution still handheld. And if you use a tripod, I think it's 70 megapixels or so. So I think that's pretty interesting that they're able to pull something like that off. But like I said, if they were doing like 5 stops of ND or something crazy like that with video, that would have been great. That would have been a real big deal. So, wow. Michael Mistro just dropping $20. Damn it, the lunch money. The lunch money.
That's dinner money, man. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so thank you, Michael.
I'm
just going to have to ask Danny to spend me $10.
Let me pass that Bitcoin across the screen right there.
Thank you.
There we go. Just take the 6400 here. Just take it.
Thank you. we didn't talk about it, but this A6400 is going to be available in silver in Asia.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Import time. Oh my God, Lyft Media dropping $9.99, taking over this whole chat, guys. Oh my goodness. Top 3 Dream G Master lenses. I'm assuming these don't exist. Well, for me, I would love a 400 2.8. That's on my radar. A 16 to 35. I don't own the G Master, and also the 24 to 70 GF. I don't have that lens. But if you're asking if we could just pick any lens, Jason, what would you just pick? Any G Master lens?
Dude, I don't even know, man.
Any focal length.
I don't even own or I don't even use that many G Master stuff. Oh, that's tough.
Any lens, man. What would you pick?
What are they even missing right now?
35.
35 1.8 1.4. I mean, I guess they can turn the 35 1.4.
They're missing a 35 G Master, a 50 G Master.
Right.
135 GM.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a 200 f2 if that's ever going to be a thing anytime soon. A 200 400, those longer focal lengths, and even fisheye. We don't have we have like a 12 to 24, but that's not a GM. And then we don't have a tilt shift, but I don't know the crowd on the tilt shift side of things.
Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly being stumped right now because I already have the G Masters that I pretty much need, a 16 to 35, 24 to 70, 7200. So I don't know. I mean, like the one that I don't own, the 24 1.4 is one that I would like to have.
Yeah, Lyft. That's a tough one, man. But yeah, I mean, 200 f2 would be amazing, but that thing be expensive. Even the 402.8 is what I'm after.
I'd be interested
All right.
in like a smaller, a 24 to like 50. What does Sigma have? That's a 24 to 50 again. That's something
It's a
similar
20. They have a 24 to 35 f2 full frame.
Is that small or is like just as massive?
They're chunky lenses, man. They're going to be chunky lenses. I think there might have been another one for APS-C, but I could be delusional at this moment.
If they could make a shorter 24 to 7, a smaller 24 to 7, the f2.8, even just cutting out like a 7, like maybe it's just a 24 to 50. If they can make it possible, that'd be a good one for me.
Make all light lenses. Make them all have helium inside.
Make it light.
Yeah. Put helium inside the lenses. That'd be fantastic. Make it out of helium glass. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, those are pretty much the main things about the Olympus camera. But what was really weird when I saw in the review, Jason, was that they have like, you know how Sony has like face tracking, it tracks people, and now it's going to have animal eye autofocus, right? So I think the Olympus has this mode where they track like vehicles. So they can track motorbikes, I think like a boat, like a car. So it'll actually identify these objects. I thought it was, yeah, it's very interesting. They're using kind of like AI and everything like that. But I think with Chris Nichols, the DP review, they're showing that it was definitely struggling with its eye autofocus and face tracking. It wasn't at the level that Sony's at right now. So
it's okay. You know, Sony's up at that IAF game, animal IAF game.
Yeah.
Olympus is going for that boat AF game. Car AF game.
I'm so sorry to all the Olympus folks out there, all two of you. I really apologize.
I mean, we got to have another company. I got to focus on something else. Okay, there's too many IAF right now. I think Olympus is onto something.
Okay. All right, let me go ahead. It does have an articulating screen, which is good for those that need it. But some other quirks was the EVF wasn't a very good resolution. I think it's LCD or something, not OLED, unfortunately. So not as good quality as some of the. Wait, then I don't know if the other ones are OLED. They are OLED. The Sony ones are. I could be wrong. I think they're OLED. All right. So I want to quickly just go ahead and talk about the Sigma 7200 f2.8 Sport, because right now there's this. The Sigma lens has been fascinating to me right now, because obviously right now everybody needs a 70-200 for Sony. The native f2.8 here rocks at $2,600 US. It's not cheap. Mine's separating a little bit here. I need to send it in at some point, but it's somewhat separating. Kind of scares me a little bit.
What did you do?
I don't know, Jason, but it's kind of splitting in half, but it's still together.
What?
You want to see it? Oh my God. Anybody want to see this? Has anyone had their lens split in half? Look at this. Can I even show it? Let me see. Yes. Let me bring it in. You can't even see it. But it's like,
right here. Let's just show it off.
Oh, it's your, anyway, you get, it's splitting where the numbers are and the title, the 7200, and where the focal length areas are at. It's kind of separating there slightly. It's like coming apart. So I need to get that sent in to take a look at. And then, so I haven't had a chance, like I said, to test it out for sports, but I'm going to do it this week. I'll shoot on Tuesday and then Thursday, maybe Saturday as well. I do want to go in and shoot with the 7200. I'm using the MC11 adapter. Had to do an update for compatibility. I tried it with the older MC11 firmware. It did not work correctly. Did the firmware update. Now it works really good. It's a massive lens. It's 82 millimeters on the filter thread size, so it's much bigger than its predecessor and also the 7200. The focus hold buttons right here, they work for eye autofocus. So for those of you wondering, if you can actually program these buttons as well for eye autofocus. So if you wanted, just like the Sony lens, this will also work too. It has a slight humming noise when you're using the autofocus, obviously on the lens. So when it's turned on, it has a slight humming noise on the lens itself. So that's there. It's not super loud. And then I think the notes I made was that there's a slight step motor feel when you have it for video. So if you're using it for video to track something, it has a slight feel to it. I did find it very snappy with the A7 III. So those of you who have A7 IIIs, I think you're more inclined to look at something like the 7200 2.8 Sigma. If those of you with the A9, I would probably recommend you just stick with the 7200 G Master if you can, to maximize the 20 frames per second burst, because you're not going to get 20 FPS with this one. It doesn't do 20 FPS. but you'll get the 10 FPS with the A7 III. So I'm going to shoot some low light with it and see how well it does. But all the various autofocus modes work on it. So if you're worried about losing some of the autofocus modes, obviously I haven't seen the A9's new modes yet to test it on here, unfortunately. So I don't know if that'll be working. But everything else like lock on AF, expand flexible spot, center, all those other things are working. Autofocus continuous, and it's really snappy. So what I want to do is just check when I test it whether or not that autofocus sticks with the subject and just sticks with it really well instead of it losing its focus after a few photos. So if it works out really well, this will be a really good alternative to people who are trying to save like $1,200 off of the Sony one. So there you go. Stay tuned for a comparison or something, or a video on this soon.
Hand it over to me, Danny. I'll destroy it.
There you go. There you go. You can go and take it. There you go, Jason.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The GM is where it's at.
The GM, I would say, if you're shooting with high-end stuff, it's the best way to go. But if you want to save money, like I said, I'll do some tests. Adapters is always the best way to do it, but it might get you by. Okay.
Cool.
All right. I think we're just going to jump to Q&A at this point, Jason. Is that cool?
Yep.
Just know that there's some talk about 50% market, camera market dropping. Just letting you know. Don't worry about it. I'm sure cameras will still be around. All right. So we're at Q&A section time. So if you have any questions, drop a hashtag QA. And if you haven't had a chance to smash that like button, we'd really appreciate it. So we can bring Hong Kong live next week on Monday. Hopefully, Jason and I will both have potato internet, and we will be able to run and operate somehow. Okay.
We'll see what happens. I mean,
yeah, no guarantees.
I'm gonna test a little pocket Wi-Fi. Apparently, my hotel also provides like a little phone too, so hopefully it's good. We'll see. We'll see.
Lift Media, do you think Sony will release a full-frame cinema camera anytime soon? I mean, they do have one. It's the Venus, isn't it? The one that you're using for the blue. Yeah, the Venice.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a full frame.
Or Super 35, sorry.
No, I could have sworn it's like full frame.
Sony full frame? It's Vega. Where are you at? Help us out here.
Yeah, I think it is
territory.
Yeah. If he's looking for consumer camera market, like a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, I don't think so.
Oh, you're right, Daddy. You're damn right.
Yeah.
Full frame, next generation camera with full frame sensor, phenomenal color science, and user friendly operation. You can get yours for $42,500.
It is. So the Venice, right?
It's the Venice, yeah.
I like how Michael Misha. Let's see here. MJ saying, your GM lens may have separation anxiety. Wow. Very true. Very true. Let's see here. Andy Garcia. Why doesn't the A7 III have RTT, real-time tracking, knowing it's new to the A9?
From what one of the reps told me, it's just a different processor. It's just not as advanced as the A9, so they're not.
That's what, Andy. That's what we're told, Andy. That's what they tell us.
We're told. You know?
That's what we're told, but that's not what I believe, Andy. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, look at it. If you thought about it, look at the A9. You would say, well, they spent all this money on the A9 processor. That's why it's in that camera. But look, they gave you a 6400 at $900. They obviously have a way to get that same processing engine in there. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Just speculation. Anyway, moving on.
Talking about $2,000 camera versus $4,500.
We're looking at a $900 camera, Jason. We have
and
a
we're
$900
camera. But they did the real-time tracking on the A6400 is not on par as the A9. So don't be expecting A9 performance from the A6400. They use the same processor, but
yeah, Jason's right on that. It's apparently it's on a different level. So it's at a different level in capabilities. I would hope so with $4,500 retail. Let's see here. Vincent Vegas says full frame. Yes, it is full frame. Q&A, will you test the Fujifilm X-T3 on your channel? I really don't see myself to buy another Sony APS-C show. No quality lens, no f2.8 zooms. Maybe in the summer for me, a Fuji X-T3 when I have a lot more time. I just want to try a Fuji camera though, just to get it off the checklist and make sure I tried one out.
Gotta hit up our friend Kitty Televisuals for that Fuji X-T3.
But she has an X-T3 or is it the XH1?
We'll tell her to get an X-T3.
Lift Media. I have the A7 III. Would it be worth it to get the A6400 for sports? I think it depends on the particular kind of sports you're shooting in the environment. I think if you're shooting a lot of low light stuff, I think the A7 III will still be a better choice because you'll get better image quality if that's what you're after. 6400 I think is probably, I don't know yet, man. I really wanted to test it out. There wasn't any like sports subjects to try the 6400 out at, unfortunately, except that only a Seagull that was flying for quite a while. It looked good, but the thing is that Seagull was behind a blue background. There was no distinguishing difference between that and the others. So I think it'd still be a good option. I still think the A7 III would be a superior choice. But well, that's my guess right now. Philip Henry, QA, Sigma 100 to 400 plus MC11 for A6000 for wildlife, a good setup. I did a test of the Sigma 100 to 400. I had a video on that, but I don't know if I used it on the A6000 though. But I thought the performance was okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it on the 6000. If you can, I'd get it on a 6500 or something.
Yeah, I would say the 6000 isn't too friendly with adapters compared to like the newer ones along the lines. It tends to be a little bit hit or miss. Michael Misha's like, man, the way Sony's talking, they must have put a new Mac Pro in the A9 for their processor.
Just jam that in.
Oh my goodness. Folks, we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes here. So if there's any more questions, let us know. All right, here we go.
Bob Ho, will people jump to the Panasonic bandwagon? That depends how good that S1R is going to be.
I think it's tough, man. I think Sony, I would say it'd be tough to pull a Sony person that's really into the Sony system to Panasonic at this point. Unless the video features are beyond this world, and that's what somebody needs, is a particular video feature. Let's see. Kyle Markham's asking, QA, what mounts are 7200 being offered? And I think it's also Nikon. And probably, I don't know.
Nikon something.
Nikon, EF, and I think their Sigma mount. But not Sony native. It's not a Sony native lens. Let's see. Vincent Vega, QA, with IG stories being so popular right now, would you guys like to see vertical video recording? I'm not insinuating anything.
Yeah, I'm a fan of watching like well-produced IG stories. So yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Me and Danny attempted it. I gave up when Danny was trying to get on the vertical game.
I crapped on it that time when you were asking me, remember? And then I tried it, and I haven't done it in a while. Danny Dam's asking, which would have better image quality, the 6400 or the 6500?
Same thing.
Same thing. There you go. Very similar.
The 6400, in my opinion, is better, but yeah.
Fathom Rocker, best bag for trip to Jamaica to carry 3 lenses and the Mavic Pro with the A7 III.
I got you, Fathom Rocker. Altura. Potato.
Oh man. Oh no.
If you're looking for things that are more functional than fashionable, go for Think Tank. Fantastic bags. Yeah, I like the trifecta series, or even the airport essentials. Those are pretty cool. Aside from that, you can get the Peak Design everyday backpack, but it's a little bit harder to grab stuff out of. So, but they will fit the 3 lenses in the Mavic Pro 2 inside.
DS Greg asking, there's a Sony trade event soon? Is it worth doing a trade up?
Yeah, it depends. Though it depends.
Yeah, figure out your trade-in values beforehand. So
either way, there's going to be some good deals on certain cameras. So
let's see here. Med888. Is the Atomos Ninja 5 worth the investment for someone getting into video using the A7R3? Primarily using the A7R3 for photos.
I wouldn't even worry about getting it if you're just starting to get into videos. It's just another thing to have to worry about.
Yeah, I would say, well, even Sony doesn't offer anything like ProRes RAW yet from their Sony cameras, so you're not really pulling anything else out of that at this moment. I mean, it's a nicer screen. Don't get me wrong. Lift Media, another question here. 7200 G Master with the 1.4x versus the 100 to 400. I would recommend the 100 to 400 over the 70 to. Well, no, I mean the 7200 with the 1.4 is not too bad. I would probably go that route, but the 100 to 400 is no slouch either. Lift Media, it's actually really good.
That's my dream G Master lens right there.
You guys do any action photos? Steve Pritchard's asking, for example, dogs running towards you, not women, but animals.
I don't even have women running towards me. But let alone.
Let's see, but animals. No, I have not shot those yet. Unfortunately not.
I think Danny does a lot of sports stuff. I'm sure you know that already. That's as far as action goes, that would be his thing. Yeah.
All right. I think that's gonna do it. So we'll let you know if there's a live show. I'll communicate with Jason. When are you gonna be in Hong Kong?
Starting Monday. So I'll be flying out Monday.
Oh.
So I wouldn't be.
Are you traveling forward? You're traveling back in time or forward in time?
I'm traveling forward in time. So I'm actually losing out a day when I get there.
Jason is a time traveler. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
He's a time traveler. He's going to know about the Sony a7S3 before we do.
I mean, if anybody's in Hong Kong, let me know. I think Johnson Sohn is going to be in Hong Kong.
Oh.
Mr. OG Sony Alpha YouTuber himself. So yeah, we'll be hitting him up. Maybe I'll hit up Brandon Lee too. We'll see what happens.
Lift Media really quick saying A7 III balancing it on a 70 to 200 on the Ronin S. I saw somebody balance one on it, a 70-200 on there. So it's possible, I think.
It's possible, but it's ridiculous.
It's possible. Yeah. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us this evening. If you missed the show, we'll post hopefully some show notes down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, and we'll let you know about another show next week, Monday, hopefully. But yeah, we'll catch you later. Jason, anything you want to say before we go?
Happy Chinese New Year.
Peace. All right, guys. Peace. And stop broadcasting.